Oh, okay, so before we begin this video, apparently there were some problems with weapon descriptions. As you can see here, this is actually two weapons that we're going to be focusing on, because, well, they're very much more in line with trying to make them more like what, I guess, abilities that are already in the game, and try to understand this a bit more, but we'll talk about that in a sense. Solcati just kind of basically got what is essentially just Brash Assault. You know, it was the description was changed over to be more like Brash Assault, where you need to have be attacking a unit that already can counter, otherwise it wouldn't affect. And then, of course, Sigmund kind of got its translation done to sound a little bit more in line with Quick Riposte, even though it's more a player base. Quick Riposte, I guess that would be Pursuit. But anyways, speaking of, well, look guys, it's a new Focus banner, and this one is featuring weapons to refine, which, honestly, hey, I'm fine with that. These are characters that actually kind of got a little bit of a buff when it came to getting new weapons, and we'll talk about them first. So, before we actually summon. Lyn got a new one that, got a new refinery ability that kind of came with this from Solcati. It basically adds, I guess, Brash Assault, but it also ups the, the amount she needs to have, when it came to, lost HP to actually trigger her Solcati effect. It goes 50 to 75, just to give you an example. Let's take a look at Weapon Refinery to give you an idea of what you could look for if you do get Lyn. So, here we go. Which one is that one? So, anyways, as you can see here, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack when HP is, HP less than or equal to 75% and attacking a foe that can counter. Which is very similar to this one, in case you haven't already kind of seen that. It's basically Brash Assault in a way, just a little bit better. And it definitely seems like something that would really be useful for someone who has Desperation. So yeah, she just instantly goes through her attacks. Pretty good stuff, if I do say so myself. So, even though she won't match someone in speed, she'll be able to follow up regardless. Okay, next up, of course, when it comes to these units, is our good friend Ephraim. Ephraim, he has Sigmund, which basically, yeah, it grants plus, 3 attack to everyone around him, which is cool. It's good to have something like that built into a weapon. So let's see what it does when you throw it into the weapon refinery and if it gains any additional effects, because I do have a few of him lying around that I do actually need to get to using. Yeah, I have way too many of Ephraim. Alright, so when you up it, it gets up to plus 4 attack, which is neat, more in line with a Hone. And then, also, unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack when HP is greater than or equal to 90%, and attacking a foe that can counter. So basically, someone described it as player phase Quick Riposte in a sense, which is a cool ability for him. It makes it so that if you keep him up at full HP, he can actually do a lot. He can double a lot more. He has some pretty hefty defense, and he can handle things fairly well. Now, the next one that we're going to be talking about, of course, is our good friend Takumi, who I know a lot of people, I've already shown you what the updates or the improvements can be for him, so, Fujin Yumi, there it is at that, but also when it gains, he gets more maneuverability. He's able to move through any sort of terrain, as long as it isn't something that is impassable, like a mountain or a river, things like that. And if a unit has HP, greater than 58 HP, greater than or equal to, I should say, 50% HP, they can move to an ally that's adjacent from 2 spaces, which is pretty neat and allows him more maneuverability. I'm not so certain about if that would be how useful that would be when it comes to other archers, but all in all, that's actually a pretty useful ability if you want to have him or have a more mobile archer. I'm still kind of miffed about it, or kind of iffy, but hey, let's try and summon. I forgot to also mention, since we're here, that technically Takumi is actually Takumi, Lyn, and Ephraim, which all of these colors are revolved around, oddly enough. They are all 5-star exclusives, so if you haven't gotten them yet, now is a good time to try for them. I'm just going to go colorless because I kind of don't have Takumi, and I would like to have him to at least level up a little bit, but who knows if I'll actually get anything. No, I got a Jacob, which kind of is, kind of terrible. I want to puke a little bit, but anyways. Yeah. That's unfortunate, but you know what? We'll try the other one, see what happens. If you got anything good from this banner, feel free to tell me, guys. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something nice. Hmm? Ah, Matthew. Well, that's unfortunate. So yeah, there's your banner, guys. It's a pretty neat one. It's not exactly over the top or crazy, but it does have a lot of units that, well, it does have all units that are featured in the refinery system, and that means a lot. So, hey, you can make some pretty great units out of that, especially now that our good friend Lynn doesn't have to use Brash Assault in some ways, and I mean, Sigmund has a new ability that doesn't even exist right now, so that's even better. So Ephraim got a big boost. Not so sure about our friend Takumi, but hey, you can't win them all. Anyways, that's just the banner that came out today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go to bed now. Catch you all later.